Hello, friends. All right, Chad. We had to bring Ed back. He said he didn't have enough last week. Ed, how are you feeling, my brother?
Feeling good, feeling froggy, feeling a day, not a day, a year older.
Oh, yeah, Ed's birthday yesterday, so I hope you guys absolutely crushed his DM. Did the guys at least send you some messages, Ed?
The Chad pulled through. I appreciate you guys, fam. Thank you. Much love.
All right, Chad, we've got quite a bit to talk about. I want to talk about the Fed as well, what happened last night. But before we start, as every day, I'm actually going to ask our guest of honor here, Ed, would you be so kind to open us up with a prayer there, my brother?
But of course, Chad, let's bow our heads in prayer here. Dear Heavenly Father, please bless this trading day, this Thursday, this fake Friday that we're going into, public holiday tomorrow. So let us go into today's trading day full of hope and spark in our hearts. Let us trade with humility, be humble, not greedy, not be frustrated. Let's go into this clear-minded and clear-hearted to trade in a way that honors your name as we try and deliver ourselves from poverty, provide for our families, provide for ourselves, and uplift ourselves in one of the hardest places to do so. We ask this in your name, Heavenly Father. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful, Chad. Beautiful. All right, guys, I just want to get the poll up.
Chad, how are we looking on the week? One's in the chat if you guys are net positive. Two's in the chat if you've been taking shots. How's everybody looking?
Alrighty.
I have not done much trading this week, I'm not going to lie.
All right, guys. Firstly, want to talk about FOMC last night. And here are some of the highlights, some of the notes I've made. So economic activity continues to expand at a solid pace with unemployment rate stabilizing at a low level. Inflation remains somewhat elevated. And the Federal Reserve aims to achieve a 2% inflation rate over the long term. Federal funds rate remained unchanged. That was widely expected. Securities holdings starting in April. The pace of reducing Treasury securities holdings will slow with the monthly redemption cap reduced from 25 million to 5 billion. Cap on agency debt and mortgage-backed securities remains at 35 billion. Policy adjustments. The Federal Reserve is committed to supporting maximum employment. Inflation to 2%. That is what they always say. And then just the summary of the economic projections, projected to grow 1.7% in 2025, 1.8% in 2026, and 1.8% in 2027. Unemployment rate expected to be around 4.4%. We're currently at 4.1%, and then they're seeing a bit of a strengthening in 2026. So Fed expecting unemployment to drop from the current 4.1%. PCE inflation is projected at 2.7 and then 2.2 and then 2 for 2027. So they're expecting inflation to drop longer term. Core PCE inflation is expected to be 2.8 in 2025 and 2.2 in 26. So longer term runoff, they're expecting inflation to drop. Federal funds rate is, why is this not playing? Oh, there we go. Median projection for the federal funds rate is 3.9. So currently that's about 2 rate cuts down from where we are currently at. And then 3.4 in 2026. So that's also 2.25 basis cuts. And then 3.1 in 2027. So expecting a very slow runoff into the extended period. Then looking at some of the statements and some of the differences between the statement now and the one in Jan. March statement indicates a significant reduction in the pace of Treasury security holdings, lowering the cap. Economic outlook. The March statements provide more detailed insights into the current economic conditions, including solid economic activity and stable unemployment rates. Both statements address inflation, but the March statement emphasizes the Federal Reserve's commitment to achieving a 2% inflation rate over the long term. Okay, so we're going to see what that is doing to the charts, but let's first go and check out the economic calendar for today. All right, we had PPI coming out of Germany this morning. Softer than expected on the price index month on month, a little bit higher than expected, actually lower but higher than previous on the year on year. We had labor data coming out of Britain, claimant count change that jumped quite significantly, more people filing for unemployment. So that's also, Chad, the weird thing is with the claimant change is when an economy is doing well, more people go into the labor market to go and look for jobs. So that's why a lot of times you can see their headline employment change very, very strong, but now the claimant count change jumped because people are now trying to get employed. They are sending out CVs, so it's sometimes a little bit contradictory. Unemployment rate remained steady, 4.4. Christine Lagarde, 19 minutes she will be speaking. Swissy, I don't know, it's trading a Swissy, expected a 0.25 rate cut. And then a little bit later we have Bank of England interest rate decision coming at 2 o'clock. And then that is it, Chad. Have Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey for March. And then Governor Macklem. So relatively straightforward. Nothing too intense. But we will see what the charts are showing us. Dollar, very, very simple for me. Yo, I don't know why my eyes are so choked from the slide. Dollar for me is back in the range here. We spoke about this dollar range yesterday. Expecting price now to climb back into that range. So relatively bullish for the day. Order is good. Relatively bullish for the day. What do I expect? Massive jump here overnight. Chad, we're going to have to wait and see if we create some type of structure. We've got the weekly pivot there. We've got Asia highs already tested. We've got the daily R1. So I'm just going to let this thing simmer, see where it settles down, and we'll take it from there. Nasdaq closing bullish yesterday. Now the weird thing, sorry, Ed, my eye. Oh, yeah.
Chad, it's the age catching up with him. The eyes is the first thing to go.
Okay, Nasdaq, we are currently stuck in this range now. So upper end of the range, lower bound range. So I'm going to be neutral on the day. Just do this. Neutral on the day. What do we expect on the lower time frames? Okay, Asia is still intact. There's that daily zone. Let me just refine this a bit. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to put on that aircon for us a bit. All right, chat. So relatively tight little Asia range here. Not trading close to anything. I'm going to wait and see what we do here. But I am relatively neutral on the day. US 30 daily. Let's check the daily. Daily, all right. Not John Daly. The daily chart. Okay. These were our zones. Okay. 200 daily EMA is going to be somewhat of an issue, but yesterday closing bullish, breaking out of that range. I would be bullish on the day. I just want to see what we do at this 200 daily EMA. So we are bullish, lower time frame. There's that 200 EMA. We're going to monitor what happens there. And then we can decide Asia low is still intact, Asia high is still intact, so relatively neutral going into the session. Gold, what is gold doing? Gold is just close your eyes and buy. No, I'm kidding. Chad, gold is still bullish. However, this is a little bit of a tricky one. Taking yesterday's high, now starting to shift somewhat bearish. And that is not a good sign for gold now today. Chad. Now there's a meeting coming up. What the heck? Yeah, Chad, gold is an interesting one for me for the following reason. Is we took Asia highs, we took Asia lows, we at the monthly R2, we failed to hold our support now, breaking lower. The only little hitch is we've got a little support area down here. And then looking left, we've got this little resistance area. Is that enough range for us to trade? Oof, no. Alright, so I want to say shorts below here. And then potential longs if we come back into the Asia range. If we come back in here, I would look long. Okay, so a little bit jumbled here because of this broader range that we are currently trading in. But I do believe if we start breaking below here, we can come down all the way to about 30.30. Alright, so we need to check that out. GU. And I might, after this analysis, need to run out that meeting. I think there's something to do with the time zones.
Alrighty.
GBP USD currently trading back at this previous support area. Pound just not getting away from this level, chat. 2 days in a row, taking previous daily high, now flipping bearish. I'm going to be bearish on the day. See if we can get some trades. Oof, already quite extended. There's that daily zone, daily S1, first level of interest. If we reject daily S1, we are going low. If we hold, we can push back potentially to come and retest Asia lows, weekly R1. So everything's going to hit around this zone right here. And then GJ daily. GJ daily, yesterday we spoke about it, rejecting that yearly pivot, back at the 200 EMA. Give me 1 second here. We're going to have to monitor this zone right here. Okay, Chad, there we go. So bearish for me. Nice break below Asia lows, 200 daily EMA there. We've got the 50. I'm going to say shorts below here, Chad. Definitely. Could be a trending day, seeing that we're trading below daily S1. And then if we can come back inside of this range, I would look long. Alright, because then we're holding us 200 daily EMA. So closures back inside here. Nice potential long back into that previous daily high, previous weekly high. So everything's going to hitch around these two zones here. And we'll execute from there. But we're going to go over to Etsky. Ed, just bring your price table a little bit to the right. Quite a bit more to the right. But that's fine. Maybe that's not an issue. I'm showing mine as well.
All right, familiar. Looking at US Teti after FOMC last night, we got some really nice bullish price action. So I'm overall bullish on the pair. However, a nice little pullback after FOMC's bullish candles would be due. So I am looking and hoping that we're going to get the ideal scenario for me. The A+ setup will be if we can get a nice little sweep of Asia highs, a break back in, and then a sell down to the daily pivot or the EQ for a nice little grubber play to potentially trade this back up for the main move, which I'm anticipating for New York. So that is going to be what I am hoping to anticipate. Right now, Asia highs untested, Asia lows untested. We're in the middle of the Asian range, so I'm waiting for something to happen there. If we do not sweep Asia highs first and go straight for Asia lows, the sells could still be on. However, we do have this massive support level here, which is in the way, where we could see some bullish reactions first before heading into that daily pivot. So if we don't if we don't test Asia highs first, then the sell idea, I might wait until we have broken past this little support level, see what structure looks like, how big the stop loss would need to be, then go for either daily pivot or EQ as the target. So I am looking for sells predominantly right now for US 30. I am overall bullish on the pair, but I am anticipating a little bit of a pullback back to down here. EQ would be a good point because we do have a nice little resistance turn support level right where the EQ is based on the wicks of those candles there. If we are going for a little bit more of an extended move with the shorts, we might see it come down to this support turn resistance level down here. So anyone's game right now. Price action on US 30 has been a little bit APA for the last couple days, so we're going to see if it's going to be clean, but that is what I'm anticipating on US 30. NASDAQ, same WhatsApp group, very similar price action to what US 30 has been, which I really enjoy. So similar vibes. I'm hoping for a nice little sweep of the Asian highs first, break down in. I'll probably take sells as we break back in, aim for that EQ. We do have a yearly pivot right here, massive level to contend with. It has been played around the last couple days, so anyone's guess what's going to happen when we get there, which is why I'd prefer to take the sells from Asian high. That way when we go stop loss to break even, we have a lot of room for this yearly pivot to have a reaction from. If we do not get Asian highs first and we go straight for Asia lows, the sells could still be on, but again, we might see some large reactions from that yearly pivot before the move actually presents itself. So going to be very careful around that level. If we do get a break below the yearly pivot, maybe a retest of it, I might consider the sells a little bit safer from that point onward. So a lot of scenarios to contend with. We're going to see what price prints over this session, and we're going to react from there. Very similar levels here. We do have support turn resistance or resistance turn support right there by the daily pivot, by those wicks over there, and a extended target where price might want to react to down here from yesterday's daily pivot. So we're going to see what price is going to do. It's going to be very interesting today. Given where the state of the US economy is right now and where they are towards their inflation, things might be a little bit on the volatility side, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But right now, sit in our hands and wait for some good price action to print itself. And that is me. Chris, you're entering that meeting. Is the meeting happening? Is the meeting happening? Okay, all good. All good. It's hard being the boss. So many people want a piece of you. Chad, not gonna lie, I have not been doing much trading this week. Something about your birthday being right at the beginning of the week. It's like, you know what? I don't feel like stressing myself during my birthday week. I'm gonna take it chill. It's public holiday tomorrow too. I'm not all the way plugged in this week. I think I caught a banger on Monday though. I think Monday was the last trade I actually took. Sorted. Sorted and aborted. Who said that? Who said that? What was that? That was rough. It only took one trade so far this week. I tend to be more profitable the weeks I trade less versus the weeks I trade more.
So there's a definite thing about less is more in trading. All right, Chad. Sorry, man. I've got a mix-up with time zones. The meeting I'm supposed to have different time zones and wasn't scheduled correctly. But anyways, we're going to move straight into what's happening here. NASDAQ, bookmap. Let's see what is happening. Currently, order flow net negative, 80 contracts. Not really anything major. Point of control is sitting up about 20. No, not even 20. 17 points high. That's our point of control. Quite a bit of orders sitting on top here. That is about 60 points higher. About 300 cons sitting higher there. Sell limits. We'll see what the order flow is doing. Currently net negative. Currently got a bit of a bearish tone to it. Then looking at US 30. US 30 also. Order flow is somewhat bullish. Not a lot of volume though. Only 76 cons. Bullish. However, we are trading below VWAP. We are trading below the major point of control, which is just above VWAP. And we've got a little bit of a head and shoulders formation there on the session volume or the cumulative volume profile. And then we've got a tiny little point of control here. So we've got about 3 volume shelves that we need to move through to the upside. So we'll see what that is going to bring for us a little bit later. Some sell limits sitting there and some buy limits sitting a little bit lower. So we're going to check the open. And then gold, order flow is still currently net bullish, 234 cons. Let me just see if we can take this back about 3 hours. Currently trading below VWAP. Buyers exiting positions here. About half of the buying volume has died off here. And we can see we are relatively close to neutral now. Cumulative volume delta 34. And we've got a point of control a little bit higher. So that sell potential is there. It's just a case of if we continue lower. But also in the same vein, we are trading quite far away from VWAP. VWAP is sitting about 70 pips higher. So we're going to need to see main point of control there. And then we've got a second point of control up there. So, all right, everything relatively neutral.
I'm going to pretend I understood what you just said.
Really? You don't know? No, man.
Yes, the VWAP and the nodule and yes.
The nodule. All right, Chad. Gold. Interesting. 1 minute 38. How's everyone doing this morning? Dylan Savage. Gold has been good this week.
Savage.
Dylan Savage.
I am literally exclusively calling him that from now on.
No, you have to. That's well, when Dylan has a suit on and he's it's not Dylan Savage, it's Dylan Savage.
Dylan Savage.
Just give me the Pinot Noir, please. And then they're like, no, listen, we only have this Kama Ridge Red. Tastes like spirits, but you can drink it. Alright, chat, GBP USD. GJ. Very, very interesting, yeah. Very, very interesting. We've got 30 seconds till the open. Gold. Gold, gold, gold.
Gold is golding.
Gold.
She want to sell?
Yeah, I want to see what Bookmap does. Chat, 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Ed, I'm just going to throw in your screen quick.
All good. How's that look?
Alrighty. Here we go. Chat, markets are open and in motion, baby. Let's get ready for this session. This is the official round 7, favorite round of the week. Ding, 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 ding. Fight. Okay. Gold. What are we doing with gold? right up against that level. It's going to be a little tricky to sell from here. Not even a little, quite a bit. US 30 sellers stepping in here initially. So we're going to see there's that 200 daily EMA level. That is the level that I want to see break. If we break that, we could go short. Otherwise, if we hold it, could go long. But as you can see, sellers are stepping in there. NASDAQ, there's that daily zone we spoke about as well. Order flow net negative. I want to say we have to get above VWAP for me to, at any stage, get remotely comfortable with the buys. Because order flow has been coming down quite dramatically. Let's just do this. Right.
And Savage, what you change your surname to?
Gold, gold, gold. All right. Which should I get? Do you have Global Plus? Yes, Blandy. Global Plus, my brother. If you use the link, you get 50% off on your first 3 months. 50% off if you use our link. From next week, we'll start doing giveaways for Bookmap subscriptions as well for you guys. So you guys can get into... before we do the giveaways, I just want to do a video on it so that you at least know what you're looking for and how to use it. Blandy, I use Global Plus with the CME plugin, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, as well as the COMEX plugin for gold, the Commodities Exchange. What are the sellers doing here, Ed? Are you bullish or bearish on USD?
Net bullish.
Net bullish.
But I'm waiting for a bearish pullback.
Okay. NASDAQ. Chad, relatively low volume here. Nothing really exciting. GJ, alright. What is GJ doing? Oi. Oi, oi, oi.
Dylan Finice. Not a bad name, brother. Dylan Finice.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It does work. Chad, very interesting here on GJ. We've tested at 200 daily EMA. There's your daily S1. If we close above, we can expect price to potentially come into this zone. All right. So there is definitely some potential on GJ. I want to wait for the 30 rather than the 15, just purely because the 30 is a lot cleaner. And then GU, GU currently holding at daily S1. Massive drop here, so we're gonna have to wait a little there. And then gold. Gold, I'm actually looking at doing something like this. If we close bearish, weak bullish here. If we close weak bullish, I might go for a sell on the break of these lows. Very similar to what we did yesterday. Quite a nice range to trade into. And then see what's going to happen. If we break lower, I'm going to have to wait for the 30-minute to see where we close. I'm not going to take it on a demand zone. But yeah, that is the idea. Gonna have to wait a little bit. Sellers are building you on US30 though. The only thing we're not trading close to anything. Daily pivots down here. The only major level we actually have is this 200 daily EMA. That is literally all we have. And then just slightly below is Asia lows. 28. So it's in a tough little zone here. Definitely not an easy zone to be in. And then Nasdaq, same there. Nasdaq is in quite a pickle here. It's holding that daily level. There's that daily level, that flat body resistance area. Definitely a key level. Nasdaq is the stronger one, holding that level. Yeah. Nah, Chad, we can't just jump into stuff here. Alright, let's get into the chat. Let me see what I missed. Do I ever trade USD ZAR? I did for a while. Spreads are just absolutely horrific with almost all brokers. Not Chris trading a pause candle. Of course, Bevan. Of course we trade pause candles. The pause candles are where the money is at. If you think about what Larry Williams said, that is where the pause candle came from, Chad. Larry Williams. Something that we have taught here for quite a long time is that if you get a candle, for instance like this, again, all of these concepts have been shared with you guys. If you get a candle like this that has got quite a tiny little body and it's got like a major wick, that signifies that the next candle is going to have a lot of volume because volume is compressed within this candle. We also shared that book with you guys in our Discord. It's Larry Williams, I think, short-term strategies for long-term success, something like that. All of these strategies are in there, by the way. So your expectation then is that once this breaks, this is also his smash play that he talks about, where a candle breaks a previous daily high or low. Then you would expect massive volume to come from this compressed volume inside of that candle. So that pause candle, that is the expectation that there's volume compressed within it. Once it breaks that low, you're going to get a nice big expansion candle. And yeah, there you go, Chad. Short-term strategies for long-term success. DH, thank you so much.
Those are some expert drawing skills you displayed there.
That's why I always say, Ed, I think we can all agree to some extent we're all trading the same thing.
Yes.
Everyone is trading the same thing, guys. It's almost like that saying that if I don't even want to do that, but that perspective thing, that is the front view of a circular object, and then if I have to put that same object on its side, I think we got taught, this was taught in science, with light and stuff. So that is the front view, that is the side view. You can argue that this is a rectangle from your perspective, and another guy looking at it from the front will say it's circular. So which one is right? Both of you are right. It's from the perspective where you're standing. Alrighty, Chad. US 30. US 30.
That's it. That's it. Come on, US 30. Sweep the highs. Sweep the highs for me, daddy.
Alrighty, Chad. Let's see. 12 seconds till the close. Alrighty, Chad. US 30. Nice hold above 200. Holding that 200 daily MA. Volume now starting to come in. What I'm going to look for on the 1 minute here is if we start breaking the highs, I'm going to go for a little long position here. See if we can break through that volume shelf and start moving higher. Right, Chad, that's me in US 30 longs. And what I want to see is if we can try and reach for these Asia high levels, okay? Volume delta, I'm only going to go 32. Markets aren't really that volatile. No need for a 60. Only going to do a 32 point stop. Currently holding above VWAP. Volume is starting to come in. We're at that upper end of the volume shelf. And Asia highs, that is the low hanging fruit there. If we can get it. The idea is we're holding above the 200. We're holding that 200 daily EMA. We are trading away from this point of control. Volume delta is starting to push up. And can we get some momentum to the upside?
Are you in there?
Yeah.
Hey, man, don't play.
Let's see if we can get a 1-2-1 at least. See if we can get a breakaway on the volume shelf. What is gold doing? Alright, gold holding there, US 30. Okay, let's see if we can get this done. Chad, US 30, as you can see, nice build of volume. Holding above VWAP, we are now at the tail end of this volume shelf here on the right. What we could expect now is very shortly for price to have a little bit of a teleportation to the upside because there's literally no volume here. Volume needs to accumulate there. And then once that teleportation starts to happen, that is where we will now go break even on this trade. There's that minor little teleportation. I'm break even on this trade, so let's see if this can run to TP. Risk is off the table now. All we want to see now is just a quick flash to the upside. Volume still building nicely there. Gold trying to get back into the range. I see that. Come
on, do it. Go bullish US 30.
Alright, Chad, we are now at Asia highs. I've just set my TP there, 31-1. Please note that these streams are purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. you should actually not be taking any of the trades here. But if you were naughty for some reason and you do not listen very well, this is where we can potentially reverse. That is Asia highs. That is the lower hanging fruit. But I'm just going 30 because I actually never adjusted my lot sizes for the 30-point stop. So this trade for me is actually going to be half R and not a full R, because I usually trade with a 60-point stop on US 30.
Oh no, cheated yourself out of a bag there.
Bro, tears are falling down my eyes. But anyways.
Which actually reminds me, I had the best dream last night.
What dream did you have?
I had the best dream last. For some reason, I was longing and shorting US 30 from 2 different points. I had like $500 in a DJI account. Did it not make me $40,000 in that dream? I was like loving life. I think I was trying to trade FOMC or something in my dream. I'm like, Chad made a bag. That was such a good dream. That is such a good dream. I think that's a premonition. I should do a little something today.
You should. There's the water. All right, Chad, let's see if we reject here. Asia low is still intact, so we could come all the way back down. But we're going to trust the volume to give us that TP. Let's see if we can just get like a little blast. Just a little up and away. Gold is relatively neutral at this stage. Volume delta now sitting at that point of neutrality. So let's see a 15 closing ab roller. Nice little ab roller candle there. Interesting little close we've got there. I think this is definitely a trade Miles would have taken.
As it broke the lows there.
Oh no, I don't think so. No. He would want some type of resistance. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that is a trade.
Maybe
maybe check Instagram.
That magical type 5 of his.
No, that's not a top 5 though. That's not a. Remember the type 5 is when you have like this. Let's say this candle didn't have such a massive bottom wick, and the wicks were closed there. Had like this nice top wick and then a break of those lows. That is the type 5. I think this is I don't know what type. He's got a type where he's expecting a price to break out of a range, closing at a support or resistance, but I'm not sure. But Instagram will tell us a little bit later.
He will let us know if he took a young little win there.
Did he take it?
No, he hasn't updated yet.
Okay. All right, Chad. Currently finding some resistance here at Asia highs. Still holding this. Trade currently running about 18 points. Nothing to write home about. We are still holding this little point of control, trying to form here at the highs. Am I going to do anything here? Not really. We are trading out of session, so we can't expect too much from US 30. Only 140 contracts to the long side, but let's see if we can get one more break through this volume shelf. Quite a bit of orders sitting about 30 points higher. And the question now is, do we extend our targets or do we take our 1-to-1? Ed, what do you rate? Just lock in the 1-to-1, eh?
What would you be basing the extended target on?
Just vibes. That is mostly just vibes.
Lock in the 1-to-1. Take the win.
All right, so the 1-to-1
Take the
is
win.
where we lock it in. Chad, my 1-to-1 is slightly higher. It's about there. Let's see.
I'm wanting a nice little sweep of the highs here.
You know what I'm actually thinking? The right thing to do now is we've got the buy here.
Mm-hmm.
If we struggle here at Asia highs, enter a sell. Open stop loss.
Yeah.
Because you're technically neutral. Then once it hits the break even here, then you go break even on that position, but then you've got to sell from the highs.
Yes.
That is if we expect now a reversal from Asia highs.
Well, that's what I'm anticipating is the reversal from Asia highs.
Because then you've actually added 1 R. Potentially, because once you hit break even on this, you're already up 1 R and you're expecting a further push to the downside. But I'm happy with this. I'm not going to complain. It's been a very solid week so far. So let's see one more push, guys. One more push. Austin, if you trade with a broker, Rhythmic or some of the brokers, you can actually trade on here. I must actually ask them if you can connect MT5. I haven't asked them. But I know all of the major prop firms in the US, they're all integrated with Bookmap. Tradeaway, TradeStation, Sierra, Toss, Thinkorswim. All right, Chad. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go for it. Smack us out of this trade.
Young little punch there. Almost.
Just punch it. Punch it. Punch.
Almost.
Punch now. Teleport. Punch now. Bro, just punch the thing. Flip 6.
Yeah, surely that's it, no?
No, it's literally just below it. So just lock it in manually. Nah.
You missed your chance there.
How much is this? But wait, where is my entry though? My entry is actually more like there. So that's why 30. It is. Yeah. Okay, look, order flow is still going bullish, so I'm not gonna walk away with less than half aria as a minimum. What is Nas doing? Okay, Nas is coming to life now a bit. There's that 200 EMA. Gold churning. Gold is a very, very interesting one, yeah. Yeah, Chad, I'm still in the trade. I'm still in the trade. I honestly can't. That extra points do make a difference in the long run. So I'm just holding it. There's nothing showing me that sellers are exiting here. The volume delta is just slowly but surely grinding higher. We're forming a secondary point of control here. And we'll see if we can move away from it. If I start to see some sell volume entering here, I might hedge the position out with a sell here. And then and then I'll try and ride that sell down for maybe a 2R. We'll see. But at this stage, nothing done yet. Just waiting for price to do something. GJ, let's not forget what we are looking for on GJ. Ooh. Okay, the 15 is very, very ugly. The 30-minute is just as ugly. Holy moly. Okay. So nothing we can really do there. And I actually think we can, in this session, go for that that previous daily high.
You rate so? What you basing that on?
Vibes. No, I'm kidding. no, I'm saying that because if you think about it, we're holding this 200 daily EMA, and that is technically where those orders are sitting on NAS and on US 30s, that previous daily highs. So naturally, price would want to gravitate towards that level there. And if I look at indices, FTSE is up 0.26, SA Top 40 is down, however, DAX is down 0.25, Nikkei closed down minus 0.25, Hang Seng down almost 2%. Okay, that's maybe a bad observation from our side. But let's see here, Chad, let's see if we can get that last little grunt of a push here. So, oh, now it's rejecting. Refreshing the lows. You haven't entered anything, Itsuki?
No. Price action, not my cup of tea today.
Chris, can I buy US 30? William, you can do whatever you want to do, my brother. We don't provide financial advice here. We purely share what we do, and we do not suggest you do anything that we do. So it is completely up to you, my brother. Austin, we stayed at what is it called? Almost wanted to say Watergates, but something Canal View, or it's literally opposite that garage, or behind the old Oricon. What was the place called? Waters View. No, wait, I'm going to tell you now. I've got the Airbnb on here. Not great though, I have to be honest. For the money we paid, it was definitely, it wasn't phenomenal.
Wasn't great?
No. The photos really look incredible, but when you get there, it was pretty shit. And for the price they're asking, it wasn't cheap.
I find Cape Town can be like that sometimes, though.
Was it Water's Edge? I don't know. Jake, so the reason it wasn't great is firstly there was no air conditioning in any one of the rooms. Secondly, the furniture is old, my dude. That couch, sitting on that couch, you can't sit on it for longer than 5 minutes. The place has just been used up, my dude, and cupboard's not working well in the kitchen. It's not maintained well. My shower was clogging up. You can't shower for longer than a minute. Keegan and their shower was basically leaking, so you had to get a mop to mop. That was cucked, dude. For okay, we didn't pay that much. I think it was like 16K for the 4 days. But for 16K, you would expect.
No, man.
You would.
Did you say 16K for 4 days?
Of 3 nights. 3 nights, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So you would at least expect something more premium.
That is ridiculous. What is that? Between the 3
Bro, and there was like a
3
smell.
nights.
There was like a smell of shit. Like somebody's toilet was pumping air into our.
Tell me, you guys essentially paid 1.8 per person per night.
Yeah.
No, dude, you should have gone to like a hotel or something. That's insane.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Alrighty, Chad. That is 30 points. Locked
Hey.
and loaded.
TP.
I'm gonna check now, Eugene Besaidon. Just give me a second here, my brother. I just want to do this thing that all the other guys do, because I feel like I'm getting left out here. Alright, Chad, get ready. Another day, another dollar. US 30 points on the head. Quick and easy, little to no drawdown. Bookmap again, coming in clutch. Volume delta, positive, showing us where the buyers are sitting, where the sellers are sitting. Chad, if you took some W's here today, not just from the trading, but from the analysis, drop a W in the chat, or even drop a GG. GG's all around. Awesome session. Edski today in the building. Mr. Ed himself. Beautiful. All right, Chad, let me get into the chat. Sorry, man, a little bit of a slower day here. That flu is starting to... I'm fighting with it.
I woke up very clogged this morning. I think you guys infected me.
The cloggy and smell. Kaylin, it smells like shit, my bro. No, they pumped us. The hotel chains are way better. You got scammed. We got scammed. The only reason we got scammed is it's the only 3-bedroom, 4-bed place in that entire area. There's no other places that had 3 bedrooms. So unfortunately, we had to get scammed. If Water's Edge, there we go, Kaylin. Shower clogging that place is, yeah. Eugene, sorry, the event went very well. Chris, how come you don't move stops below the last high low? Carl, man, it's just a case of I didn't have my right lot size here, so to close there, risking 1%, and now you're actually only getting like 0.35. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I would have been very aggressive once it tapped just above Asia highs. So that's a little bit of a mistake from my side. Good morning, Chris and Ed. Chris, what would you say is the pros and cons of FX prop firm versus futures prop firm? Eugene, I'm still not 100% sure how futures prop firms really work. If I'm being very honest, I honestly don't know exactly how they work, because I was doing a little bit of a study on futures prop firms, and it's not very clear. I think it was me and you that had that discussion where we went to one of the futures prop firms, and both me and Ed are like, fuck, we don't actually know what's going on here. Yeah, dude, I honestly don't know. Has anyone here traded with the futures prop firm? I know the conditions are a lot more strict. Like your drawdown is only like 4% max. But yeah. What are we doing on gold? I'm still looking at gold here on the 30. The 30 and the 15. The 15 has now not, yeah, This is relatively chalked for me. GJ, I quite liked if we can close above here. GJ, I like the potential longs above this zone, because then effectively what this becomes is a fake out back into this range. Let me just increase this for you guys. Then effectively, if we trade range to range, this break back lower, that rejection there failed to create a new low. Now we are back inside of this 30-minute range, all right? And that's where your resistance is. And now how we can play it is we held that strong level. I really like GJ. We held that strong 200 daily EMA. We basically came back into the Asia range. We would expect as a minimum for price to trade up to that zone. So I really like GJ. We're just going to have to wait for it. The ideal scenario is we close very close to this daily S1. The next candle opens up, just taps that daily S1, and then we drive. That's the most ideal scenario we've got. The 15-minute is the 15-minute is a little tough for me, purely because we've got quite a few roadblocks to the upside. So if we take a 30-minute trade, obviously the time we're going to wait is a little bit longer. And then gold, yes, I'm leaning 11:30. Yeah, this thing is going to reverse at one stage. I just want to check here quickly. You guys know how I feel about the Asia ranges. If we ideally want to buy below the okay, no, it's not showing me. I just want to check what gold has been doing. Yeah, I almost want to say I will be leaning towards the buy side here. I want to say I'm leaning towards the buy side. The reason I say leaning towards the buy side is purely because we haven't tested Asia lows. Similar to yesterday, we broke Asia highs, we came back down, we closed back inside of the range. So this play here is very similar to this play here. This happened about 11:30. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me maybe turn off the indicator here. So that is a past support area, the most recent support area. We broke lower. We failed to reject off that level, and we closed back inside of the range. So now the trade we took was the short from there. And now where can you expect price to go if you think about this as your range? Maybe a little bit of education here for you guys today, if you guys want it. So you've got a nice closure back. So now all of a sudden, if we hold inside of this range, would we not expect price now to go back up to that range, Ed? No?
That is what it has historically done.
Okay. All right. So now let's go back to what we currently have here. Currently, if I switch everything off, we've got this support area there. That's the most recent support area. We've got this intermediate support area here. We've got this support area, and now can we not expect, if price closes back above this area, that it would, as a minimum, let's remove that area, as a minimum go back there? Ed, not? No?
Historically, that has proven true.
Okay, so are we going to take this trade historically, or are we going to go for it?
We're going to make a calculated, educated guess that history shall repeat itself one more time.
All right, Chad. So that is the idea here on gold. We close back inside here. we expect that gold is more bullish than bearish, because that it is. And if it can close back inside the range, we go for the potential long position. And if it closes weak bullish, we'll take the break and expect it now to go into this range. No, Ed? Yes?
I'll go with that.
You can't say that historical thing again. Bobby.
I would go with that.
You can't say the historical thing again. So Chad, that is what we're waiting for on gold. I really like it. If we go back to Bookmap, we can see that we're still trending lower on the volume delta. Still trending lower. But again, just looking back for the last 6-7 hours, you can see that once price breaks quite far away from VWAP, it tends to want to go back there, that point of neutrality. So let's maybe go 12 hours. Let's load 12 hours quickly. Ed, do you want Bookmap?
To be honest with you,
No. Okay.
I'm anticipating the hours I would need to put in to figure out how this thing works. How long did it take you? Did you say it was like 6 hours of content?
Yeah, but a lot of this I already knew and understood. It was more a case of understanding the platform, how to tweak things.
Oh, so it's going to take even longer for me, is what you're saying?
No. I'll do that video and then I'll show you.
Okay, deal.
Okay, this was last night, Chad. Obviously, massive move away from VWAP. Not really coming back there. Where's Brian? What is Brian doing on gold? Funded Futures family. Ooh, I'd stay away from Funded Futures families. That Mexican guy and the Lamborghini guy with the snake tattoo on his arm. Jay Dunn, I think.
Also, just that name sounds fly by nighty to me. It's giving me Fast and Furious vibes. We're all family.
Ricky D, bro, I still don't understand that. 6% target, then technically 4 target as your drawdown reduces until 0. So 50k target is 3k, then live account is drawdown of 2k, which reduces until max drawdown is 50k. Fuck, I don't know, bro.
Wait, what? I don't understand.
The pros of trading futures is that there's no spread and you don't get slipped. Bro, there is spread. But it's like there's no such thing as there's no spread. The only reason you don't see spread is because the guys have the bid and the ask line averaged out. But even this is the bid and the ask on comics currently. There will always be spread, guys. If you understand how markets function, how orders function, there can never not be spread. If there's not spread, then it's obviously a B-book operation, but most futures firms are a B-book operation, but that's none of my business. Alrighty. Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Would we not now, seeing that this 30-minute tested that area, re-breaking these lows, anticipate the short now? Not.
I would go into the next support area, but how much RR do you have available?
No, there's RR there.
Because I would want to myself personally cover at least the top of that wick in case it wants to retest again.
How much is it? It looks a lot more than what it is. 30, bro. 30 is 30.
That's a
Are we
bag.
gonna chop it?
That's a bag.
Let's check what Bookmap is doing. Still, bro, I'm gonna go for it.
Do it. Do it, Chris. You can do it.
What did you say? Must I do it?
You can do it.
Bro, I'm in. Chat, I'm in. I'm in. Let's see if this thing can run. Entry is literally there. Entry is... That is my entry. 30-minute trade, expecting us to go back inside of this range. Let's see if we can get it. Nice little retest of that zone. 30-minute trade. And I would expect us to come into this zone. 32 pips. That is basically what I'm expecting for us. 32. Let's see if we can get it.
Okay, US 30 looks like it's breaking back into the Asian range after sweeping the high. Now it should just chill and park itself right where it is.
What's US 30?
Yeah.
What are you looking at on US 30?
Shorts.
Must I throw it to your screen quickly? Let's see what
You
it is
can.
looking at. Bedazzle us.
So Chad, exactly what I said I was expecting or wanting to see is that little sweep of Asia highs. I'm hoping for now a retrace down to Asia lows. So if price chills exactly where it is, I'll be looking at taking it after it re-breaks the lows. 30 pip stop. Down to Asia lows, looking at about 2.6, 2.7 R trade if we hold right where we are. Now I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to go on the 5 closure or the 15. Because we just swept Asia highs.
Okay, Chad. Gold, quick one. As soon as we break these session lows, and if we break it, as soon as we break that level, I'm going to go break even. Bookmap still showing me that sellers are still here. Sellers. We at a tricky little point here at the volume delta. We're going to need to start seeing some volume breakthrough here now. And yeah, that is what we expect. The volume to continue down. But I'm going to say I'm very nervous because around about 11 o'clock, we've seen it every day. Around about 11, if you just go and mark out your charts, that's usually where you bottom out. Okay, that was yesterday. We bottomed out around about 11. Then if you go Tuesday, around about 11, you topped out. Around about 11, you topped out for a nice pullback. That doesn't look big, but that right there is an 80 pip pullback. Monday, let's check Monday quickly, around about 11. Okay, this one extended quite a bit past 11, only started retracing at 1. Friday, let's check Friday quickly. Okay, Friday was quite expansive as well, only started retracing at 12. So 11, 12, we'll see. We're facing some manipulation here, Chad. We are facing some manipulation. Is that what you call it if you're in drawdown, Ed? Manipulation.
The markets are against you.
Some buyers stepping in now on gold. Yeah, at the lows, as you can see there, volume delta starting to look like it wants to shift up. Not breaking that downtrend as of yet. Would I consider those buys if we close back inside? Definitely. That was the main prize there. But we'll see. We'll see. This trade is still...
Okay, Chad, I'm going in on this.
Here we go. Here we go, boys.
In on US 30. I took it on the 5 since this 5-minute candle closed bearish below the bodies of the previous 5s before it. Showing some good bearish price action there. We're going to see what happens now.
Ayo, ayo. Ayo, mayo.
30 pip stop, a 80 pip target.
Is this purely based off the Asia range, Ed?
Purely off the Asian range. If we wanted an extended target, we could aim for daily pivot, EQ, which is below, but I feel like having a nice easy win. This is over 2.5 R. Let's not get greedy. Might make me leave some partials to do the running for me.
So you don't run yourself, you just let the partials run for you.
No, I'm a little too heavy to do all the running myself. I try and conserve energy.
I don't think it's a horrific trade.
I would certainly hope you don't.
Yeah, for me currently US 30 is a little bit of an anomaly. Purely based off Asia highs are still, Asia lows are still intact.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trading close to any type of pivot level,
Mm-hmm.
and it would just make sense that if we are going to range, price would now go back to at least that 200 daily EMA.
Where do you have your daily EMA?
Ooh, gold. Chad, that's gold me out. Coming back into the range. 7 minutes for this 30. Then we're going to check it, holding that daily pivot. And then I will look for those potential longs. Like I said, expecting that potential rebound play. So that is me out of gold. What is happening to this music? Oof, now I have to go back to this. Ed copied me there. How's Ed?
How'd I copy you, Ned? Although I feel like your name copied mine.
Ed.
Ned. I have the same setup on the 5-minute closing candle. Coming only if it closes below the last 5 minutes. Hey, great minds think alike, Ned.
US 30. I think if this 30 closes back in the range, you are solid. Solid, solid. Solid as a rock.
Coming up on the second 5 to close back in. If the 15 closes in, I'm comfy.
Chris, previous 1 hour candle, no top wick. Oh, wait, on gold. Oh, I check.
Yeah, we don't have a top wick on this 5.
Not necessarily a bad thing. Call in a lot of times that could also signal a lot of bearish pressure coming into the market. City pivot on.
I almost asked what on earth you're on about.
Judas loading, Ichi Mochi upload EMA.
Wat so goed?
Brian, I'm actually liking this a lot. I'm just gonna throw it over here.
Cool.
I'm actually liking this potential long setup on gold now, seeing that we are holding that daily pivot. There's that 30-minute. We fail to continue lower. If we close back inside of this range, that is daily pivot holding. And again, if you consider the broader market, gold is very, very bullish. Let me just switch this off. So if you consider the broader market on gold, we can clearly see that this is not a bearish market. Okay, so all of these pullbacks we play are just short term, but in the longer term of things, gold is still super bullish. So for that reason, if we get this closure back into this range, I will go for it as a minimum Asia lows, and then even potentially going for Asia highs. Alright, so we'll see how we close in 3 minutes 34. Shorts are going to be tough now at this stage, even if we close weak bullish, purely because we are then holding above this daily pivot. But let's see. Let's get Ed over the line.
It's coming. We got 3 minutes until that hourly close. So we're gonna see what that looked like. I think the 4 hour closes as well, right? No.
Let's check the volume here for Ed. Let's get the volume. Ed, you wouldn't believe. The buyers are still here, my dude.
Austin, Colton isn't human. I don't know what planet that dude's from, but he's not human. He might be a Viltrumite, maybe he's Kryptonian, maybe he's Asgardian, I don't know.
Who's that?
Colton Engelbrecht. Top SA powerlifter.
No, I'm joking, Ed. Volume has stalled somewhat. We are at VWAP now, so I'm gonna say if we start breaking lower here, volume delta starts to push down. Your point of control, or that secondary point of control, is sitting up there. So, Ed, key level where we are at now.
All right.
So it is currently looking not too bad.
Things are looking good. We're almost at a 1:1. We are 20-ish pips in profit. Young little 1:1. Might be a good little point to step out there, Chad.
Youngins.
You can't go broke cashing in profits.
Are you cashing in?
Nah, I think I'm gonna do the greedy thing. Wait for Asia.
I would say at least 1:1, then lock in.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. 1:1's coming up now in a few pips.
Alrighty, Chad, 50 seconds here on gold. 50 seconds here on gold. Looking like it wants to close back inside the range, holding daily pivot. Asia lows untested. Oh, not back in the range. No. 20 seconds. Can we get back in?
How was your Friday and Sunday? That is oddly specific, Dave.
Almost like he's watching you, eh?
That is. Did I say something specifically about Friday and Sunday? That's oddly specific, my guy. To answer your question, they were great. The Saturday too.
Alrighty. Bro, does that back sound not sound like the trades that open up? That
Oh, actually, now that you mention
check.
it, yeah.
Wait, listen. No, I choked it now.
Yeah.
Is he gonna hear it? Wait, listen. No, wait, it's not now. Ed, how's that position feeling? Good?
We're not quite in safe hands just yet. We did close. The hourly just closed.
Bullish.
Back in the zone. Bullish, but in the zone. I'm anticipating we might get a little bit of a...
Wait, yes, it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Sorry. That's not it. I would say the 30 minute. If this 30 minute can break the previous 30 low, I think you guys are
in a good spot.
beautiful.
We have a nice little nipple of a top wick there.
I think you guys
we're
are solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock. I missed it.
Bro,
I missed it.
No, man, Ed, come on.
Wait for it. It'll come back.
Ah, it's done now. It's done. It's done.
Okay, there we go. Breaking that previous 30 low.
Beautiful. I would go break even at this stage, 100%. Don't even risk it, Ed. Go break even. You're 1-1 as well.
I'll go for that 1:1. 1:1. Ed and volume in the same sentence makes it explosive to read. Dave, what are you saying? You're freaking me out a little bit here, man.
Dave is getting a little bit weird here, Chad.
Yo, Chad, did I miss something?
Oh, well, the guys are on something, yeah.
Okay, Chad, I'm going break even on this one. 1:1. If you're feeling froggy, now's the time to jump out. You got your 1:1.
$200 pips, can't even get 200 likes. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Likes is a commodity you have to pay for in this part of the world.
Oaks be stingy with them likes.
Nah, bro, you don't just get likes. You don't just get likes. You have to do giveaways. You have to do seminars. Chad, just smash that like button if you would. Again, it's not for our ego. I think sometimes guys are like, why must we like the stream? It's just purely to support the channel. We want to grow the channel. We want to try and help more traders. Maybe we don't help traders, but we try at least. I think we can at least say we are trying.
I mean, twice a day, 5 days a week, basically the whole year. That's a shift, man.
You're right. That's worthy of a like.
That's a shift, man. Come on.
Chad, what do you guys rate? Ned, so now I actually stopped the carnivore once from Friday in Cape Town. So currently doing a little bit more of a balanced diet. I'm gonna do it again I'm going to do it again shortly. I just want to get rid of this flu. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, Chris, carnivore is best just to bang up that flu. But I'm just not, like I did it for an entire month. It gets boring as hell. I'm not going to lie. So what I still do now is in the mornings I still have the eggs, in the afternoons I still have the protein, and then in the evenings I'm just adding like one carb, maybe like a baked potato or sweet potato, and then also adding like a salad, just like your mixed salad. And that is the way I'm doing it now. So no dribbly bum.
No.
What now?
Oh, no dribbly bum. That caught me off guard. Oh, that was funny.
The dribbly dribs. Dribba dribba. Why your bum so dribbly? I'm on a carnivore.
Chad, we might get taken out of break even here. See what gonna happen.
Is it ranging? Oh.
Is in a range.
Did you take something off 1-to-1?
Of course I didn't. I'm greedy like that. And like perfectly at that 30 pip point, it's like psych.
So would you say like the one guy? No, go.
What are you about to say?
No. We'll talk about it after this. I'll show you the video. This is a family stream.
Although there's no bottom wick on here, so I'm hoping there's just a young little choo-choo and he comes back. I do suspect though, if I was like a strictly 1:1 kind of guy, I suspect I'd be more profitable than I am right now.
No, why don't you, Ed? We have to have these chats, dude.
I suspect I'd be more profitable than I am now.
Brian, those giant Willie's chicken kebabs are, yes, dude, they are animalistic. I feel absolutely barbaric when I have them. Have you seen it, bro? It's dude, it's like an entire chicken on a kebab. Dude, it's...
Every now and again, Willie's comes out with a banger.
No, I love Willie's food, but those chicken... Yes, bro. But they are good, Brian. They are good. Spicy yogurt, espadata, that's also solid. No, look, the only thing that's very shit from Willie's is their steak. That steak is just dry as bone. Before you even put it on the fire, you feel like you just want to actually moisturize those steaks. Their steaks are horrific. You get some of the thicker like rump cuts with a little bit of fat, but for the most part, their sirloin is horrific. Their chicken that you buy ready, it's a little bit of a lucky packet. Like last night, we got that chicken was dry, my dude. When I say dry, I'm talking. Okay.
I'm up. All good. Okay, team. Chris is gonna be in a meeting now. I'm gonna take over. Gonna do our thing here. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with this this trade here. No bottom wick on this 5. How do we look on the 15? Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this plays. I think I need to do a deep dive in some of the trades I've taken. Maybe not even last year. Just the trades I've taken this year so far. If I just look at, if I was strictly going 1:1, Because I've taken a lot of break-evens. And I'm like, if I was going 1:1 versus the losses I've had, what would my overall RR be? Because I suspect, I have a sinking feeling I would be out of beta. I'd maybe be driving an 86 by now. Huh? Could maybe be driving an 86 by now. Who knows? We'll see. But I don't know. There's something about just a 1 RR that doesn't quite sit right with me, man. It's like, no, man. Like, go for more. You know it's going to go to Asia lows eventually. Why are you only taking 30 pips? There's 80 pips up for grabs. So we'll see. We'll do some back testing at some point. Not this weekend. I'm in East London this weekend, going to Slumtown. But sometime next week. Sometime next week, I think we'll do some reconnaissance. Figure it out. I did that, but not moving the stop loss or TP hit either, or tested 1:1, 1:2, 1:3. Win rate was shit, but the reward was way higher. I did do that on the Power Ranger, and a 1:3 had the best return by far. 1:3/1:2.5. Those two were comparable. Had the best win rate by far. 1:1 was vastly inferior. But that's just in the Power Ranger. I don't know, like with the Asian range play, with the grubber, I don't know what the stats on that look like, and that's what I'm curious to figure out on. But we'll see. That's what we'll see. That's what I love about trading. There's so many different ways to go about doing it. And each one, even if the strategy is exactly the same, the returns end up being slightly different on what your risk management is, what your profit targets are. Do you take partials versus do you not take partials? Those you don't think those things are going to matter as much as they end up mattering. It's a bit crazy, actually, when you think about it. Okay, Chad, we survived a little pullback. I think we're good. How are we looking at the 15? Yeah, I think that was just a little pause candle there. A little pullbacky. I think we're going to be golden. We're going to see how this goes. I need to jet at 11:30, Chad. Need to head somewhere quick. So we'll see how far we get. We are break even on this trade. I'm just going to go for the next point of contention would be down here. That could be an obvious little reverse point. It is roughly where the daily 200 EMA is as well. So that will be a point of contention. Once we get to that level, that's going to be about 40-50 pips. So if you want to exit there, we'll make that TP2 right about there, because that is a point of where price can do a young reversal on you. TP2. So TP1 there, TP2 there, and then final TP will be Asia lows. Ed went to a random dude at the gym and asked him if he can sit in his A6. True story. It is a very true story. Went to random dude and was like, hey, dude was just parked there. I walked past it. I was like, oh, that's a nice car. Realized dude is in the car. I'm like, you know what? Everyone is busy saying there's no way I can fit into this car. I'm like, let's find out. Knocked on his window. Was like, dude, hey, how you doing? You good? Random question. Can I just sit in your car to see if I can fit? I've always wanted to fit in this car. Dude was so chilled about it. He was like, yeah, come on in. I jumped into like the passenger side, and I was like, oh, it's roomy in here. Like I'm not that wide. Like I granted, I'm not gonna lie, I just fit. Like just fit, but I fit. That's the point of the story. And I was like, oh, dude, like I could so see myself in a car like this. He was like, do you want to go into the driver's side? I was like, I'm not saying no. So I swapped over to the driver's side, checked out like, okay, if I'm turning the steering wheel, does my elbow smash into the window or not? We got some clearance. I was like, nah, bruh. We good to go. We good to go. It's a sign. That was a sign. And since then, Chad, I have seen There's 4 different 86s rolling around in the places I look around. I look around here in PE. There's 2 white ones, 1 red one, and 1 black one. I've been seeing them all the freaking time. And I was like, it's a sign. It's a sign. I'm going to join the 86 crew. I'm keen. I am so keen. The thing about if you're on a losing streak, 1-1 is much harder to recover from. It is, but I suspect my win rate is a lot higher in the 1-1. I suspect. I don't know. I haven't done the stats yet. I'll let the stats. I'll let the stats dictate. We'll see. It is not a tiny human being. That I am not. I'm now at my cruising weight of 100 and what did I weigh this morning? 119. 119 kilos. Nice little cruising weight. This is me. This is the lean, agile version of me. It's biceps, actually legs. Not quite, eh? Half a leg. A 16-year-old child's leg. But yeah, no, I think I'm definitely keen to get that car. So I gotta get this trade. This trade has to hit TP. This is going straight to the 86 fund. This is going straight to the 86 fund. Okay, Chad, we survived that little pullback. 15 just closed. Not looking bad. We're a quarter into the hourly, and that's not looking bad. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot, Chad. I think we're in a good spot. I'm comfy. I am comfy. Excusez-moi. A6 reminds me of the Nissan 350Z. Nissan 350Z. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yes, Nissan 350Z. Oh, yeah. They look super similar. Super similar. Like that's what the Nissan looks like. And then Toyota A6. Just look at that. Look how but the A6 looks better, Chad. Look how sexy that is. Look how slick. That's a pretty car. That is a pretty car. Soon. Before year's end. If I was willing to sell my current car, I'd have it now. But I'm like, I don't know. Blue Lightning's been good to me, Chad. Blue Lightning has been a trooper. I got a sexy little 2019 Toyota Corolla. In a nice little shade of baby blue. That car's been good to me. I can't just get rid of Blue Lightning like that. So the A6 will have to be an add-on. Why not get the Supra? The Supra, it feels a bit much. The Supra feels like overkill. Like the A6 is like, it's nice, but it's subtle. It's a subtle nice. The Supra feels like hey, look at me, I'm awesome. I feel like the Supra tries just a little too hard. Just a little too hard. Wait, let me bring this back up. Supra. Oh man, it's just a smidge too much for me, eh? Like the 86, I'm not gonna lie, it's a decent looking car. But just it's a little too I am amazing, look at me. Can't get a Supra before Keegs gets a new whip. Beefcake will be upset. Listen, he's not far off, eh? Man's got a massive payout in the works. Dude is on a roll right now. Dude is on a massive roll. I'm so happy for him. So that new whip might be closer than we think, Chad. The new Supra is a Z4 that went to public school. That's one way of describing it. That. Oh, what's a B58? What, the BMW? Yeah, not my jam. Not my jam. The one thing I don't love about trading indices during London is how long these trades take. And I love being on the streams, but being on the stream forces me to like watch the thing play out. Whereas like ordinarily, I'm like enter, set an alarm at my stop loss, set an alarm at my break-even point, go about my day. I'll only look at it when the alarm goes off. Alarm goes off, I'm either out the trade or I have to move stops to break even. I'm like, oh, stops to break even. I move that. Next alarm at TP, alarm at break even. Don't watch it. Get a either a nice surprise or a nasty surprise later. It doesn't feel as long, man. When you watch the thing go, it's like, holy. Because we hit TP1 like a good 15, 20 minutes ago. And like 20 minutes later, we're still dancing at that same spot. It's like, oh my gosh. Move already. You know, set and forget. Well, no. Set, forget, and manage. Because there's some management in there. It's not like a TP or stop loss. There's like move stops to break even and blah, blah, blah. But you get the idea. You get the idea. BMW Z4. I'll bite. BMW Z4. I'm not the biggest Beamer fan, eh? I like using my indicators. It's just a thing. I don't know. I heard BMWs don't have indicators. That's not a bad looking car though. That is not a bad looking car though. Look at that. Hey, it's got a little bit of a long nose there, but I can get behind that. RS3. I am not a car guy, Chad. I do not know what these cars look like. Not off the top of my head. RS3. I don't know, hatchbacks don't do it for me. I don't know why, but hatchbacks do not do it for me. I like my car to have a bit of bum. A little bit of nyash. A little derriere at the backside. I need a little some. Little junk in the trunk. Oh. I promised Chris I wouldn't go out of pocket this stream. I'm gonna keep it PG. Keep it good. RS3 sedan. Oh, they have the sedan version. Okay. RS3 sedan. Oh, okay, they do have a sedan version. All right. She ain't bad. See, this I can get behind. This is a little sexier. This is a slick looking car. I wish I was a car guy. I feel like it's so much fun to be a car guy. But I'm like, right now I'm looking. Okay, RS3 sedan, beautiful. I like it. It's cool. Ask me again 3 days from now what the RS3 is, and I won't remember. I will not remember. Okay, looks like we're finally starting to move, Chad. Close below there, heading towards that TP2 level. As I do have to jet at 11. Just gotta go meet someone quick for like 5-10 minutes. So Chad, we're past that 1:1. We're almost at a what? What was this? There's a 30 pip stop to what would this be? 1:1.5. So that's a bag. The best car is a paid off one. Simple as that. Ned, you ain't wrong. And this is why I don't want to sell Blue Lightning. Because she paid off. She mine. She ain't the banks no more. That's my call. Chad, we're at TP2. Whoop. Laka, I think we're going to move stops into some profit there. I think we're going to move stops into profit. I'm going to move stop loss about 15 pips into profit. We can color code that one white. That way we don't take a full what's the thing? Full break even. SL into profits. Dasai. All right, Chad, this is officially a win, no matter what happens now. Laka. Once again, the risk interview guy can trade indeed. Yes, he can. You gotta know what you're doing to be able to see if other people know what they doing. I'm just saying. Hey. Now I just gotta string enough of these wins together to get that 86. I'm thinking about remortgaging my house and putting that on something. Okay, Chad, I'm gonna switch over to the other side. Let me take control here. Before I I can keep the screen there actually, because you're still seeing what I'm doing. I just can't see what I'm doing. Give me a sec. Trading view. Oh, you can see I'm connecting here. Okay. Chris's screen quick. I'll say. Chad, almost at TP. Okay. We'll give it. When's this candle closing? In a minute and 17. We'll see now. Come on, come down. Fat one, go down. Chad. This is about to be a bang of a trade. What do we mean now? 70 pips in profits. Yeah, boy. Chad. Come on. TP, baby. TP. Okay, we're gonna move our stops more into profits here. We're gonna go move stop loss into that TP1, 1:1, secured. Solid trade. See, I love it. You see the markets. You're like, listen, I want to see this happen, and then that is exactly what happened. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good laugh. And I'm feeling good. All right. Okay, come on. Young, just hit TP before I go. I'll give it another 5 minutes. IG real edge. Oh, yes. You speak the things that must be happening. This whole social influenza thing does not come naturally. to me, Chad. I'm more like a live in the moment kind of guy. I never remember to do these things. Okay. Back at it again on a Thursday. Took shorts on US 30. Currently 75 pips into profits. Got the Chad, all 141 members in there. And we are live. Come join in. We're going live 3 o'clock for New York. Hey, there we go. There we go. Influenza. I am an influenza. I was asking Chris before the stream started, how many pips do I gotta deliver before that trio becomes a quartet? Chad, come on. I feel like I took 2 whole days of streams by myself last week. I fed you guys a massive trade last week, brilliant one this morning. Come on, I think Ed needs his picture on the banner there. Tag the boys here. I think we need to write a petition. Ed needs to become the 4th G officially. It needs to become a thing. The risk interview guy needs a pay increase. He needs his own little corner office. Things need to happen. Hey Chad, what say you? Ed a picture or the Chad right? Yes, man. Yes, I'm behind this. Otherwise, we start boycotting the streams. I would say I would start my own streams, but the 2G's page is the one that's licensed, not me. But we'll boycott. Only if you whack a double bicep. Hey, bruh, I do not have the sexiest biceps. My arm is all tricep, no bicep. My arm is all typical powerlifter build. All tries, no buys. This whole social influencer game is a little tedious. Okay, there. Posted. Hey, and we hit TP Chad. Where's my trumpet? Where's my trumpet? We need a young celebratory. Where is it? Surely it was here a little while ago. Where did this man take it? Okay, wait. No, that's not the one. Okay, we'll take that. W's in the chat, Chad. There you go. A nice little 80 pip banger for you in the morning. You took a win there with Chris. Took a win there with me. That is a solid Thursday trading day, if I do say so myself. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little don't know to the 86 fund. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I do suspect if any of you wanna really extend this major support level over there, maybe even the daily pivot and the EQ is extended targets. But your boy needed a win this morning, so I took the low-hanging fruit that was Asia lows. Later on this afternoon, I am anticipating we might get a further bearish action and then either a reaction at the daily pivot to go long or that reaction happening at the EQ to then go long from there. So that's what I'm going to be looking for a little bit later. But yeah, this played out precisely how I was hoping it was going to play out, Chad. Couldn't have asked for a better trade. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I need to jet off to go see someone for a couple minutes. And then I think I have a risk interview call with somebody at some point today. What pair is this? Really need to get in. This was US 30, the Dow Jones. Good pair. Good pair. All right, Chad. I hope you guys having a fan-frickin-tastic Thursday. Oh, Chris is back. I was just about to sign out. Hit TP. Hit TP. The risk interview guy knows how to trade. Here, sign us up.
Why do the viewers fall when I leave? Are the guys here for me or for you? Difference and difference. Chad, hey, you know what's weird now? I had a meeting with a Nigerian PSP company.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I expected anything different from just the way the office looks. This is quite a big PSP company, but it literally looks like the guy sitting in a hallway, and it's just like that is exactly that gave me Nigeria vibes. I love it. Chad, I just want to check where we are here. It's on your screen, so I'm just gonna go out here quickly.
We were looking at the 86 and the Supra.
Chad, I took that risky gold entry. I didn't share it though, but I did take it, unfortunately, just as I left for the meeting. So clawed back, but we did share it with you guys. I'll show you guys now. I couldn't have managed it with you guys. That's why I didn't share it. Is it still on my screen?
Okay, I need Jet.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much, my brother.
Cheers, Chad. Have a good one.
Just mute your mic. Chad, let me just show you, but we did talk over it. And only reason I didn't want to share it is taking the trade and then leaving for a meeting and not having the ability to manage it with you. But there's the initial trade we took. The sell got stopped out, and then as I mentioned, if we hold this daily pivot and we start breaking above there, where would price go to then? And TP set there, so I don't know who took advantage of that. We spoke about it quite comprehensively. We spoke about this trade quite comprehensively, so I don't know who took advantage of it. So overall, net positive day. Let's quickly check bookmap. Weirdly enough, the volume delta is going down on gold. It's very odd. US 30, quite a bit of sell volume coming in at that last volume shelf there. Volume delta coming down. Nasdaq. Ooh, Nasdaq from about 11 o'clock. Volume delta taking an absolute dump here. Absolutely getting crushed. What is GJ doing? GJ rejecting that area, Chad. There's that 200. Nah, didn't miss anything there. GU just collapsing here. Now, I think overall we did well. Ed giving you guys a beautiful Asia high to Asia low. Same principles apply, Chad, with the range. If you think about US 30, that's why I told Ed, once this 30 breaks back inside, this is a fake out back into the range. So you would expect price to at least come down to this bottom range. And then after breaking through that range, where's your next potential range area? Look left with me. That is your little support resistance area there. So that would have been the low hanging fruit, and gave a little bit more. So I took buys on gold. Beautiful. Brian, did you take the gold buys? No, Brian took the gold buys. Where's Brian? No buys on gold. No, not yet. New hourly coming soon. Yeah, Brian, I feel like if this hourly closes back inside here. Let me just do this, chat. Gold. If you look at the hourly structure, let's quickly just focus on gold on the hourly. And let's just quickly do this. So on the hourly structure, you've got a little bit of a topping formation. And you've got a little bit of bearish order flow coming in here. But it's not to say that this is not just a pullback. Alright? Because all things considered, if you go to your line chart here, you can still see we are taking out highs and we are still going higher. So gold for the most part would consolidate, breakout, consolidate, breakout. But the interesting thing now is that we are starting to get a little bit sluggish here at the highs. And this could be part of a bigger range trying to form here, where this could become your range. Alright, so this could be your range forming almost like what we had here. If you think about it, there was your range there, and then we broke out. So something similar could happen here, and that breakout could even happen today. You never know. But for me personally, I would say the hourly that Brian is waiting for, I think if it closes back inside of this range, then from an hourly perspective, you would expect then for gold to go back to these highs, and then ultimately once it breaks out there, it's going to go higher. But these are the immediate ranges that we are working with. All right. But Chad, I'm not going to waste your time any further. I feel like it was a good one today. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys coming out. I hope you guys traded diligently. Like right when I want to get involved. I want to buy a sports car again. Anyway, right, worth it. I hope to see you guys this afternoon. Keegan is back this afternoon. And then, yeah, chat tomorrow. One stream, London, public holiday. Hope you guys turn up for that one as well. But Chad, if you had a good session, drop some GGs in the chat. It has been a phenomenal session so far. It's been a very good week. Overall, I think we can be very happy with our performance this week. It has been very solid. But Chad, peace and love, baby. See you guys a little bit later. Cheers.
Invincible.